So I'm back here after 4 years, what seems to be almost a lifetime. Obviously, you guys, given the rivalry and the tradition, are happy to be back in South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa is an awesome spot to come and play, come and tour. It was actually a little bit amazing when we're in Wellington and the trainer got the guys that hadn't been to South Africa in general to just have a little quick meeting around some of the do's and don'ts. And it was amazing to see how many people hadn't actually been here. But I know the guys that have been here before, the experienced guys, that are loving being back, and I'm definitely one of them. It's an awesome spot to play, and it's one of those spots that it's hard to play, but that's why I think personally myself I enjoy it so much.
And also a bit of a different environment. Usually you guys go, and even with Super Rugby, you guys used to go to Johannesburg and Cape Town, quite a bit in Durban. But here you're in the Lowveld, quite close to the Kruger National Park. Do you guys hope to sort of take in a little bit of the environment where you are in? Yeah,
it's a little bit different. Like you say, we normally stay in Joburg, and we get to see a little bit more of the country, but we're here, we're an awesome venue that we've got everything we need, so we're very appreciative of that. But we will get out and have a bit of a look around the local area, and obviously Kruger's nice and close, so I'm sure some of the guys will venture out there, and hopefully they'll stay inside the trucks and don't do anything too silly.
Have you had a good reception from the locals and getting into the airport? There are a lot of All Black fans here out in South Africa, I would imagine. You had a bit of reception as well?
Yeah, it's always nice to see our fans over here. They're pretty passionate, and I'm sure there'll be a lot at the game. They always travel no matter where we're playing, so I'm looking forward to connecting with some of those people. Like you said, haven't seen them for a couple of years because we haven't been here, but it is always nice to see that support even when we are so far away from home.
And how good is it to be away from what was the pressure cooker back in New Zealand, to sort of be together in a team and be a bit isolated?
The pressure cooker is still on, and when I say that, for us as players, for us as a team, we're always trying to put pressure on ourselves. But it is good for us at the moment. It's great for the team to be over here together. We've got time to work on what we need to work on. Like I said, we've got a great facility here. We've got a training field right nice and close to our hotel, so we can get into it and have a little bit more time on field to improve. And that's what we're trying to do, is improve a number of areas of our game. That's the main thing, is we're looking for improvement.
And how have you guys been shaping up since arriving? I mean, it's sort of, there's always talk about altitude, and that was negated by the number of times you travelled to South Africa during Super Rugby. Now it's less. You're not really at altitude here. So how have you guys shaped up sort of physically and getting into the groove of things and resting?
Yeah, we haven't done too much yet. We got here on Sunday, had a really good day Sunday, and then we've started doing some light stuff today like we do traditionally. Tomorrow we'll ramp it up, and I'm sure Fozzie and the coaches will make sure that we get to taste the environment, get to taste the energy and the effort that's going to be needed out there. So it's been really good so far. It's always hard when you get off a plane after long travel to kind of hold it back. The guys during Clarity today were pretty keen, and the trainer kept telling us to slow down, so that's a good sign at the moment.
And finally, from my side, what do you think will be the most important aspect of build-up and preparation and training leading up to Saturday's match?
Yeah, great question. I think from looking back to look forward, the times we've been here before, it's actually nailing the week, and you just got to deal with what's in front of you. So today we just had to deal with clarity, get that understanding, and then as the week goes, that will change slightly, but you've got to nail the days to lead into the kick-off on Saturday. So that's what we're going to nail, and that's what we're trying to do.
So I'm sure you've had plenty of reviews and thoughts about the Irish series and whatnot, but where are you at now in terms of how far away do you think the team is from putting all that right?
Yeah, it's something that we're always looking at getting better and improving, and that shouldn't change whether we win, loss or draw. But at the moment, we do know there's some areas that we need to be better at. Obviously, conceding a couple of more tries is the obvious one for myself as a tight forward. So that's the key area that individually I'm focusing on, and making sure that we can get better. And as a whole team, especially forward pack, we're looking at that. That's probably the obvious one. So that's the main thing that we've talked about so far. And like I said before, we haven't had a lot of chance to get on the field and feel what that should feel like. So we'll get a chance the next couple of days.
Can you imagine when you do get on the field on Saturday that South Africa will be bringing anything different or unusual, or are you pretty much expecting what you always get from them?
Yeah, they'll definitely play to their strengths, as they always do. But in saying that, you never want to go in there and think that you have their game plan in your head. You know, they're smart guys. They've got a number of players that play around the world, so they've got a number of different styles they can go to, and that's something for us to make sure that we can stop their plan A, and then from that, if they change it, then we've got to be able to stop that as well. But that's the beauty of rugby. You've got to go out there, and sometimes you know how they're going to play, and it's just actually stopping it's the major one. But that's the cool thing, and that's the cool challenge about playing against South Africa, that, you know, the old foe as such. So it is nice when you get out there and actually get to play versus spend all the time training.
And just finally, in terms of confidence, it has been an unusual run for the All Blacks. Lost 4 of the last 5. The public's been having its say, media's been having its say. Where's your sense of internally where the confidence levels currently sit?
I think for myself, I was lucky when I first came into the team. We were going into World Cup at home, hadn't won it for 24 years, and there was a lot of external pressure. And the best advice I got given from the senior players is, look, don't read into media, don't worry about all those things, just control what you can control. And that's the main thing that I've been trying to tell the boys and thinking about myself. So controlling how you're training, how you're playing, how you're preparing. That's the best thing that I got given as advice, and it's still true now as now I'm one of the older boys.
So, there's been some criticism of your forward play in the Island series. Having worked with Jason Ryan at the Crusaders, how much of an impact do you think this can have on this team?
Yeah, so I worked with Jace for a couple of years at the Crusaders. Got a really good relationship with him. He's come in and he's been himself, so that's great. That's what we need. But the main thing is it actually falls onto us as players. We've got to go out there and perform. So it doesn't matter who's coaching us. It comes down to how we perform on the field. And, you know, we've got to perform for 80 plus minutes. It's not about performing for, you know, periods of the game. We've got to be able to be consistent right across the board, whether that's through set piece, around the field, breakdown, defence, etc. So that's something that we need to drive as players.
What is your view on the mini tour of the 2 weeks in South Africa, and how it will help you grow as a team?
Yeah, it's great being here for 2 weeks. It was meant to be like this a few years ago, but obviously COVID happened, and it has been on ice. But yeah, it's great coming over here. It's great having 2 games back to back, no travel in the middle. So yes, you get to adjust to the time zones pretty quickly, and we get to play against a great opposition that are, the world champs at the moment. So, what better place to be for us as players, and I know that's what's exciting me, and the other guys are feeling exactly the same.